Our homes are one of the only places where we can just sit back and isolate ourselves from the outside world, until the outside world enters. Here are 5 disturbing cases of home invasions. I will leave links to the news sites in the video description if anyone wants to have a better look. 73-year-old Velma Kellen learns a stranger was living in her crawl space. Velma Kellen called a repairman to repair what she believed was a broken furnace. The repairman said to Kellen that he could fix the air ducts, which seemed to be the problem. However, he also informed Kellen that it appeared that a homeless man had been living under her home. The stranger apparently cut through the duct to get some of the heat. Kellen believes the stranger came and went through the backyard, as she had found the gates mysteriously left open from time to time. A homeless woman in Japan had been arrested after living undetected for almost a year in a tiny cupboard in a man's home. The woman was identified as 58-year-old Tatsuko Horikawa, who was found living in a cupboard in an apartment in Japan. The resident of the apartment was starting to believe he was the victim of repeat burglaries, after noticing food was repeatedly being taken from the kitchen. The man decided to set up security cameras connected to his cell phone, and later caught images of a woman walking around the apartment. The man had called the police and they found her in the closet, curled up nervously. The woman claimed she had nowhere to live and had taken residence in the man's apartment 1 year previously when he left the apartment without locking the door. The woman lived in a cupboard that was just big enough to lie down in and had several snacks and drinks in there with her. Two Ohio State University students moved into a new home off campus. Little did they know they had an additional roommate living in the basement. Down 2 flights of stairs into their basement was a door that had always remained locked. The two believed that the door led to a closet. Behind the door, however, the students claimed they heard weird noises, such as dings and alarms. When the realtor finally opened the door, they were surprised to find a bedroom. Inside the bedroom were pictures of the man who had been taking residence inside the room. One of the students recognized the man. The man living inside the room was also an Ohio State University student. He was a perfectly nice guy. He just wasn't supposed to be living there, says one of the roommates. The students had the locks changed and the man moved out. Around Christmas time in 2008, 21-year-old Stanley Carter had been living in a family's attic. While visiting next door, Carter made his way into the shared attic on December 19th. The man had been wearing the family's clothes and eating their food. The family had no idea until Christmas Day. The family had left for a Christmas party, and when they returned, they noticed stuff was missing. The family noticed a footprint on the wall by the attic door. Police were called and heard Carter moving around upstairs in the attic. Carter was caught and his stay was moved to the county prison. Back in November of 2009, actor and writer Joe Cummings was living in New York City. After noticing food was repeatedly being taken from his fridge that he knew he wasn't eating, he confronted his girlfriend who had been living with him at the time. However, she claimed she hadn't been eating his food. So, he decided to set up a camera and catch her. But instead, he found something extremely disturbing. In the middle of the night, the video captures a woman emerging from a crawl space above his kitchen. The woman can be seen throughout the video eating his food, peeing in his sink, and drinking his milk right out of the carton. She then crawls back up into the crawl space. After checking the footage, Joe immediately leaves the apartment and contacts the police. Police say she could have been living there for weeks, possibly longer. You can check the video out for yourself. I will leave a link to the video in the description, where Cummings explains the whole situation in the video description.